All right. Hello, my good people. Eric here. And I have been meaning to get around to doing this for like 2 weeks now, but I'm going to be reviewing DOTA Dragon's Blood Season 1. I watched this a week. No, I've watched it twice. I rewatched it a week before Season 2 came out, and I just never got around to making this video, so I'm not going to watch Season 2 until then. But yeah, spoiler free off the cuff here. I love it. I love dragons, and so that's obviously got some of that in here. Um Action, adventure, our main character, the Dragon Knight, Davos, was it Davos? Devon, whatever. The Dragon Knight. I mean, what more could you want? Kind of reminds me of Berserk a little bit, but big sword, dragon fighter, a lot of that. Kind of meets a group of people, bands together with another group of people, and goes on an adventure with them to accomplish a goal. Stuff happens from here to there. Um, so yeah, the animations well done. I feel like this Zeus. I can't think of the rest of the name of it, but Zeus, Castlevania, all them I feel like are done by the same Studio Wit or something, are done by the same animation studio. Very clean, awesome animation. The dragons in this case are CGI, but they're really they're menacing, and it didn't take me out of it that much at all. So yeah, I just 8 episodes from start to finish. I love this show is freaking awesome. There's a lot of not a lot of well, there's several characters, but there's a lot of intertwining stories. Each character is kind of doing their own thing, and they intertwine and weave in and out throughout the series. So that's my little couple minute synopsis on without spoilers. Here are the spoilers. The dragons are just oh man, I can't get enough of these dragons. I cannot wait to see more of these dragons. But so the first episode is just a giant setup. Davian is our hero, dragon slayer. We meet him. He's going. We meet him as he is on a quest to kill a dragon that's ravaging a town. He ends up killing it, but lo and behold, in the process, find a elder worm, or the cave of an elder worm, a massive dragon that one of 8 that rules over these like an entire species of dragons, like the king dragon here, among the king of 8 or something. And yeah, so that begins. So gives us a little bit of backstory on there's more than just these dragons. There's a hierarchy here. There's more than just these dragons. And then he we meet our band, our party that we travel with throughout the series, which is the princess and her silent sidekick. Uh Super strong, doesn't talk, but not just like a beast. Kind of the princess kicks butt, but then her sidekick equally shows no mercy. So, but that was like the first episode. Getting into it, Davian goes back in to fight that elder worm, or to figure out what the deal is. Ends up seeing between that red dragon and that other dude fighting the pure green evil. And I don't remember the names of it. I'm terrible with names. Pardon me for that. But what is it? Now I'm gonna have to look up the name of this. Slyrak is the red dragon. Slyrak dies, but he fuses himself with Davian, so then Davian becomes a super mega awesome Dragon Knight, part dragon now. And I love the fact that because Slyrak is in him in the mortal world, Davian eventually gets transported to the dragons, that layer of of the universe, the other ethereal the dragon dimension where they're all on that platform and everything. Oh, I cannot wait to see more of these dragons. Like, I'm so freaking pumped. Meanwhile, our princess, gotta Google what her name, Marana and Marcy. Meanwhile, Marana is on a quest to get these flowers back that grant her goddess powers. So she's on this quest. She's kind of been banished or banished herself until she gets these flowers back. She's going on a quest for these flowers. That's where she meets Davian. They band together, and she's continually trying to track these flowers down. Eventually, tracks them down to this highborn invoker, this elf mage dude. Or is he an elf? Does he have elf ears? I just remember he's very soft spoken, but that so then we got that we got him introduced, and then this is where it just starts. There's so many storylines going on here. Murano wants these flowers back for her goddess. The invoker dude wants these flowers to kind of trick the goddess because lo and behold, he had a daughter with the goddess, and the goddess had pretty much allowed their daughter to die because the daughter wouldn't praise the goddess, her mom. What? So he's seeking revenge the whole time. So he's scheming behind everybody, capturing dragon souls in order to get to that pure evil green dude so he can kind of fight her. So that'll be interesting. I'm curious to see where that's going to go at the end because we left off that he did complete his plan, but it was only temporary. So is this goddess now completely dethroned? And because that green dude kind of went back into his world, his dimension, he was only there for like 30 minutes, and that was a banger of a fight. Um, so yeah, that'll be. I'm curious to know what's gonna happen with that because she pretty much that goddess, pretty the goddess of the moon or whatever, or the dark moon, pretty much controlled, kind of kept the elves in check. Her people, the dark moon band, kept the other elves in check. But then at the end, once she was brought down, there was a war where the elves kind of rose back up and started fighting and killing everybody. There was just a huge war. Davian um, was drug off, so that'll be interesting. That'll be really interesting. Like, what are they gonna do with him? Because before we saw that like the master, the greatest dragon slayer of all time, was on his quest in this keep to find Slyrak and kill him for killing all his companions. So now we saw that that dude knows that Davian has Slyrak inside of him. That's when Slyrak completely transformed and bolted. But that dude's been on his trail ever since. So now they've captured him at the end. What's gonna happen? I mean, is Slyrak gonna? I mean, there's no way he's gonna die, but are they gonna separate? Is Slyrak? I mean, are all of them gonna die, dude? Those powers that he had, the ultimate Dragon Slayer guy, were so freaking awesome. Like all his armor, all the dragons he killed, the flying one. I love how all those different elements, elemental dragons gave him certain armor, which I thought was so cool with the telling the truth, that sky dragon or whatever he was, putting them stakes right there and stabbing him, and he couldn't tell nothing but the truth. And then he had that armor where he could kick off the ground, kick off the air, which was very similar to which was what them one sky dragons did when they hunt their prey. Just like all, I mean, that was just so cool. These power ups are awesome. This show definitely gives me the vibe of a game, and how just with them, how Marana can, she's I feel definitely main character vibes. How she can shoot all those arrows and then rain shoot one arrow up and then rain down a million. And then same thing with the invoker dude, just his orbs, very main character vibes. Um, there is no this review has been there is no I mean I am just rambling at this point. Um, so the okay, let me reel it back in. Let me reel it in here. I enjoyed the story. Story has been awesome so far. Just with Marana, Marcy, their story for redemption, the Invoker, his story for revenge, Davian, Davian's story, his is just developing. He doesn't really. He's not. He's just he's just um a vagabond, just going where the money takes him, going where a dragon slayer is needed. So I'm interested to see where his story is gonna go with now being captured. And then you got the elves and their rising to power, with them no longer being constrained by the moon goddess. What's going to happen with her? Where is Marana going to go from here? I think last we saw Marcy might be was it the elf was going to chase down Davian and try to help. I think it was the elf, whatever her name was. And I have totally forgot about her, that shadow elf, that high, the only elf that was able to have powers. The invoker, I don't remember his name, but what's going to happen with him now that he kind of is he going to continue to keep capturing dragon souls? Is that where he's going to butt heads with Davian eventually? Um, to bring about that green evil dude to bring him back? Like, or is that all we're gonna get of that pure evil? So I don't know. I'm invested, and after watching this show twice, um, I can't wait. I hope we get some serious dragon fights and more monster fights. Man, that stuff was just awesome. But I like where the plot's going. It'll be interesting to see where it goes. Um, so that was the story. That was very convoluted, but hopefully you can make sense of that. And then the opening was pretty awesome. I enjoyed that. The opening intro with the the sly rag, and then Marana shooting her bows and the invoker with his orbs and everything. That was cool. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna let that gestate. That was quite the ramble. So hopefully you can make sense of that, and I will catch you guys on the next one.